In the beginning, there was what? See, no one really knows. The creation of the universe will always be a question with never-ending theories. Philosophy, science, and religion all seek to find the truth. This is all about how Asian religions attempt to explain the unexplainable. There are several creation stories found in the Hindu sacred text, the Rig Veda. One account is insistent on the procreation of the universe by the personified heaven, Daoist, impregnating the earth goddess, Prithvi, with rain, causing crops to grow on her. Then there's the hymn of the cosmic man. The cosmic man offered his body as a primordial sacrifice. The universe, as well as the four classes of Indian society, was created from different parts of his body. The most widely accepted account among the Vedanta school of philosophy is the story of Brahman. In the beginning was the existent, or Brahman, which through heaven and earth and atmosphere, the triadic space, and the three seasons of summer, rains, and harvest, the triadic time, produced the entire universe. In Hindu tradition, Brahman can be considered the creator of the universe, where everything comes from Brahman and everything returns to Brahman because Brahman is the highest principle of reality. In this case, the existent created itself through self-recognition, self-formulation, or self-formation. This account of the existent composing the entire universe also holds the idea of a universe with three layers: heaven, earth, and atmosphere. Heaven is the part of the universe where the sun shines and is correlated with sun, fire, and ether. The atmosphere is the part of the sky between heaven and earth, where the clouds insert themselves in the rainy season and is correlated with water and wind. Earth, a flat disk like a wheel, is here below as the holder of treasure and giver of food. Heaven is seen as a masculine and father energy, while the earth is seen as a feminine and mother energy. This then implies the conception between the elements of heaven and earth, ether space, wind, fire, water, and earth, combining to form and sustain the universe around us. Time in the Hindu tradition is an endless cycle, constantly being destroyed and recreated. Within this endless cycle are ages of gold, silver, copper, and iron, which mark the end of one yuga and beginning of another. The Gold Age lasts 1,728,000 years. The Silver Age lasts 1,296,000 years. The Copper Age lasts 864,000 years, and the Iron Age, which Hindus believe they are currently in, lasts 432,000 years. Time also follows a threefold approach, like the nature of the universe. From Brahman, there are three deities responsible for this. Brahma is the creator who made heaven, earth, and the atmosphere. Vishnu is the preserver who protects the universe Brahma created. Shiva is the destroyer who will bring about the next age in Hindu tradition. The soul in Hindu tradition will be reincarnated in different bodily forms, such as human, animal, or insect, until it reaches enlightenment. The only escape from this never-ending cycle is for one to achieve moksha through karmic rites and freedom from ignorance and desires. For Jains, the universe is an elaborate system thought of in terms of dimension and quantities of units with no creator god. It does, however, share some similarities with Hindu cosmology. A leading monastic figure of the 12th century describes the universe as having the shape of a man standing with arms akimbo, with feet apart, filled with substances continually being created, preserved, and destroyed. This idea of constant creation, preservation, and destruction is shared with the Hindu people, but the Jains believe the universe has never been produced by anyone and is not sustained by anyone either. It exists by itself without any support. There are two types of space in Jain cosmology: world space and non-world space. World space is where every soul takes a different bodily form according to one's karma. It is immense yet limited. The world space is composed of three worlds: lower world, found in the cosmic man's lower half; middle world, found at his waist; and upper world, found in his torso. The lower world holds the souls of those who have been violent or possessive in their previous lives. When a soul is born into the lower world, it has a chance to collect good karma to be born into a higher world. If it does not gain enough good karma, the soul moves down one of the 7 layers of hell. Each layer increases suffering and torture. The middle world is the only world where human beings live. Jains emphasize the difficulty of being born as a human being because only as a human being can you have the opportunity for spiritual progress. Jains have a clear conception of the universe in the middle world. It is circular and consists of continents alternating with oceans in the concentric circles. There are 90 continents and oceans, but human beings can only inhabit 2.5 continents and access 2 oceans. The upper world concerns the heavens. Much like the lower world, the upper world also has levels, each higher one with increasing pleasures and enjoyment. The inhabitants of this world are known as Devas. They are divided into 12 groups living in the lower heavens, and then further subclasses of 9 Gravyakas and 5 unsurpassables. These souls may be living in the heavens as gods, but they are not yet liberated and are still in the karmic cycle of life, death, and rebirth. One can only be liberated as a human being. Finally, there are the gods who do not inhabit the upper world. Some gods live in the infernal dwellings located in the highest hell, while others live just above the lower world, and gods of light, or the planets, illuminate the middle world. In addition to these, a crescent moon on the cosmic man's forehead holds the place for souls that have been liberated from the cycle of rebirth. To achieve liberation, one must follow the 3 jewels: right perception, right knowledge, and right conduct. This will bring the soul to its final destination. Buddhist cosmology follows Indian traditions in seeing the universe as infinite in time, space, and world like ours, but it is also very detailed. Buddhism explains the origin of the universe without a creator god. It teaches that everything depends on everything else. Present events are caused by past events and become the cause of future events. The origin of the universe was not of great interest in Buddhist tradition because Dharma is not reliant on the past. Like the Jains, Buddhists support the idea of multiple realms a soul may be born into during its karmic journey. The realms of the universe are found among a central world mountain, Mount Muru, which is surrounded by a vast ocean. Above the peak of the mountain is heaven, the Buddha fields. The upward slopes are home to the gods, Devas. Devas live in blissfulness and longevity, while on the lower slopes you find the Titans. These are demigods or jealous gods who act on impulses of anger. The human and animal realm is located in the plains around the mountain. Although humans and animals inhabit the same plane of existence, being born as a human or animal is very different. Like the beliefs of Hinduism and Jainism, being reincarnated as a human being is the most desirable because only in this form can one have the greatest chances of reaching enlightenment. The animal form is the least desirable because animals are constantly exploited by humans and have no self-awareness to gain spiritual liberation. On or just below the surface of this world lives the realm of hungry ghosts. These souls hang on to the fringes of humanity and are often trapped here because they have a strong attachment to the physical world. Deep below the surface of the earth is the hell realm. This is the realm of demons, where beings are horribly tortured in many creative ways, but not forever, only until their bad karma is worked off. Beyond these realms are the realm of form and the even higher realm of formlessness. Buddhists believe in a trinity kind of like Western Christian religions. The first body of Buddha, the earthly Buddhas. In Tibet, the intentional human embodiment of a reborn master. The second body of Buddha is the Buddhas in their heavens, the result of accumulated merit, or in Zen, enlightenment. In Tibetan Buddhism, this refers to the means of achieving the Dharmakaya, the power of meditation on various visualized deities and archetypal symbols of different qualities of enlightenment. The final body of Buddha is the teachings of the Buddha and the true nature of the Buddha, which is everything. Time, though cyclical, is measured in kalpas. A kalpa can be compared to an age in Hinduism. In the time of one kalpa, the world comes into being, exists, and is destroyed, while a period of emptiness ensues. Then it all starts again. To understand the timelessness of the universe, Buddhist tradition set one kalpa at 4,320,000 years. Buddhist scholars have challenged the length of a kalpa, saying, "Rub a 1-mile cube of rock once every 100 years with a piece of silk until the rock is worn away, and a kalpa still hasn't passed." These ideas combined form the chain of causation. Existence is not reliant on a creator or outside force, but rather a 12-stage cyclical process. We begin as spirits, free from suffering and free to explore the endless universe. Then the 12 stages begin. Ignorance, the inability to see truth. Willed action, the actions that shape our emerging consciousness. Conditioned consciousness, the development of habits or blindly responding to the impulses of karmic conditioning. Form and existence, the body coming into being and carrying our karmic inheritance. The 6 sense organs, the eyes, the ears, the nose, the tongue, body, and mind. Sense impressions, the combination of sense organs and sensory information. Sensations, the feeling we get from sense impressions. Cravings, the negative desires that can never be satisfied. Attachment, grasping at things we think will satisfy our craving. Becoming, worldly existence and being trapped in the cycle of life, birth, and finally old age and death. The grief, suffering, and despair. After death, we return to spirits and start the cycle again until we can finally reach enlightenment. There's not much to say about Tao cosmology. Tao cosmology paints a simple yet beautiful picture of the creation of the universe. Daoists believe that when the world began, there was only the Tao, a featureless, empty void pregnant with potential of all things. It was not a god, nor male or female. It is simply the divine infinite source. It is said that the Tao produced the Qi. The Qi is described as swirling patterns of cloud-like energy that eventually separated to form two opposite but complementary energies, the yin and the yang. The yin is a dark, heavy, feminine energy, which complements the yang's light, airy, and masculine energy. The yin energy sank down to form the earth, and the yang energy rose up to form the heavens, combining harmoniously to form human beings, meaning humans are made from the same essence of the heavens and the earth. Both yin and yang split further into subdivisions known as the five faces, which can be understood through their association with their elements, seasons, and directions. The greater yin represents the western direction, metal, and autumn, while the greater yang represents the eastern direction, wood, and spring. The lesser yin represents the north direction, water, and winter, while the lesser yang represents the south direction, fire, and summer. The fifth and final phase, the central phase, represents the balance of yin and yang, the earth and the solstices. From these divisions comes the existence of the entirety of the world, seen and unseen. Taoism is unique in believing that humans are the same essence as the natural world, not just inhabitants of it. Along with the balance of nature, the Taoists believe in the cosmic journey of the soul. Mirrors are also used as a tool in this journey. Taoists believe mirrors reflect the true nature of the world and serve as a symbolic source of light for the dead on their journey through the underworld. They paint the backs of mirrors with cosmological designs and symbolic maps of the universe. Sometimes the four cardinal directions are represented by their animal symbols and are depicted. These symbols are used to depict the division of time and space. The green dragon of the east, yang, the vermilion bird of the south, yang, the white tiger of the west, yin, and the dark warrior of the north, an entwined tortoise and snake, yin. There is a type of belief in reincarnation, but not in the traditional way like Hinduism and Buddhism. At death, the soul is thought to split back into its two original energy forms, one part going back to the earth to be reintegrated into it, and the other going back to be reintegrated into the heavens to be one with the infinite source. Since all these religions originated in the same geographical area, it is no surprise they have many similarities. One of the most notable similarities among these religions is that they all have different realms the soul may travel through on its journey to enlightenment, liberation, or moksha. Every soul will take on different forms through its journey. They all believe in reincarnation. Even though Taoism does not see reincarnation in the typical sense, they believe that their spirit's energy is transferred and used in other parts of the universe. Each religion believes in karma and also in the infinite power and potential of the universe. Finally, they all believe that there is life after death and liberation, even if it is not in human form. All of these religions have a unique interpretation of the universe and its essence, and no belief is to be more right or wrong than the other.